入りました。Hello!
こんにちは。
こういうふうに映っております。
はい。Hello! Welcome to the live session with First Study Japanese Language School. We'll be starting in 2 minutes. Let's wait for everyone to come on the live session. ちょっと2分でスタートしますね。みんなが集まるために。
21人。
Right now, we have 95 viewers. こんばんは。
こんばんは。
Happy New Year to everyone.
明けましておめでとうございます。
明けましておめでとうございます。2分からスタートしますね。We'll be starting in 2 minutes.
こんばんは。
こんばんは。
誰かフォローしてくれた。ありがとうって。
Oh, follow, thank you. Thank you for following.
フォローありがとうございます。
Mr. Genki.
元気です。
Thank you so much for coming in the live session. もう始めます。Okay, so we'll be starting now. We have more than 100 viewers right now. Thank you so much for coming in the live session of First Study Japanese Language School. Some of you might be wondering what is this school and where they are situated in. We are a Japanese language school situated in Osaka. Osaka is the #2 city of Japan. We have done collaborations with multiple companies and agencies. This time, we are doing a collaboration with Japanese Lingo. You must be following Japanese Lingo for different information about Japan, lifestyle in Japan, Japan education. So this time, we're going to tell you about a new visa, that is working holiday visa. You might be wondering, what is working holiday? Stay tuned and please see the live session today. We'll explain what is working holiday, which countries are eligible, and how you can apply. So, firstly, in our school, we help our students in studying Japanese language and finding jobs in Japan. We also help them in finding higher education, like universities, vocational schools, and even special courses. So this time, we are bringing you information about working holiday. It's called Wahori. Yes, Sensei?
Hi.
Wahori in Japan. So the Japanese government had made tie-ups with selective countries. I'm going to say and tell the names of the countries. We have gotten all the information from the Japan immigration. So please make a memo if your country is there in the list. Starting from Australia. Next is Ireland. Then Slovakia, New Zealand, Denmark, Austria, Canada, Taiwan, Hungary, Republic of Korea, Hong Kong, Spain, France, Norway, Argentina, Germany, Portugal, Chile, the United Kingdom, Poland, Iceland, Czech, Lithuania, Netherlands, Sweden, Estonia, Italy, Finland, and finally Israel. You might be wondering that if your country is not there in the list, will you never be able to come on a working holiday? It's not like that. This list is updated every year. New countries are being added. Just last year, 3 countries were added. So if your country is yet to join in the list, please stay and please check. Maybe in future it will add. For example, India. For example, Brazil. Although there are a lot of applicants on a study visa, however, working holiday visa is yet to open for such countries. We personally don't know why it happens. It's mostly between the Japanese government and your country's government. Let's continue about what is a working holiday visa. So, working holiday is a 1-year visa with which you can come to Japan without the need of any sponsor. You can work any number of hours, you can do any part-time job, and you can study too. So this is a work and learn program. In our school, we already have a lot of students on working holiday. We have students from Poland, we have students from Canada and Argentina who are here on a one-year visa, and they live their life. They enjoy while roaming around in Japan, traveling, they study in our school, and also improve their Japanese every day. So the working holiday period is 1 year. The application age is from 18 to 30. You should be under 30 years of age. There are some countries in which you can apply above 32. For that, you need to confirm with the Japanese embassy in your country. The next point is the time of entry. You might be wondering, when can you apply in this visa? You can apply anytime. Whenever you want to come to Japan, you can decide. For example, if you want to come in this month, you can contact us today and we'll help you out. It's pretty fast. Normally, our school charges the tuition fees in monthly fees installments. It is 57,000 Japanese yen every month. For example, if after a few months you feel that you don't want to continue studying with us, you can leave the school. There is no restriction. You can roam around in Japan, you can travel, enjoy your life. You have a whole 1 year to explore. It is a work and learn program. So coming about the specialties of working holiday. Number one, it's very easy. You don't need a sponsor. It's very fast. If you decide to come in 1 month, you can be here in Japan. There is no Japanese requirement. Normally, when you want to apply on a study visa, you might have heard that you need to have a minimum Japanese certification of studying 150 hours or 200 hours. But for working holiday, you don't need anything. You can apply anytime, but you need to make sure that you can afford the flight ticket and you have a plan for 1 year. Next is about the classes. You might be wondering, what type of classes can you study here in Japan? So we have 3 types of classes. Type number 1 is the morning class. From Monday to Friday, we have classes from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. You have 4 sections of 1 hour each. You'll be studying basic Japanese to advanced Japanese. For 1 year, you'll be studying from N5 to N1. For those of you who don't know what is N5 and N1, these are the level of Japanese examination, JLPT, Japanese Language Proficiency Test. Keep on studying, you can progress further into senior classes. We have beginner classes, advanced classes too. You can study in an appropriate level. We are having a lot of questions in between the session. Please write down all your queries. At the end of the session, we'll have a Q&A. You can ask all your questions at that point. We'll answer as much as we can. For any unanswered questions, feel free to send a message to Japanese Lingo or even on our page. The second type of class is the afternoon class. The classes start from 1:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. In the afternoon session, usually students from beginner level, they start studying. We also have a special class in the evening for students who are prefer to study in a group. For example, if you and your friends are a group of 10 or more students, you can choose a special class for you only in the evening, and we can set it according to your time. Some of you who might be thinking of going to a Japanese university, we also have support program for an exam called EJU, Entrance in Japanese Universities, in which our teachers will tell you which books you can buy and how you can study. And absolutely free of cost. We don't charge any money for such support program. Now, you might be thinking, how can you earn your expenses? Well, you can do any type of part-time job. Right now, our students are doing part-time job. Some are working in convenience stores. Some are working in restaurants. Some are working in food delivery. So you can work here in Japan, earn, and then pay your expenses. You don't need to borrow any money. You don't need to take any loan. It's very convenient. Our school helps you in finding suitable part-time jobs. Sensei, アルバイト、学生のどんなアルバイトですか？わかりますか？
学生のアルバイトですか？
そう、例えば、
何でもいいですか？ローソンで、コンビニでバイトをします。工場でバイトをします。
Okay, so I just asked her what types of part-time jobs our students do. And she said that number 1 is convenience stores, Lawson. Number 2 is food factories. So different students with different Japanese proficiencies can work in different places. If you have a beginner level skill, you can start from blue collar job. If you have an advanced level skill, you can also go for service sector, let's say hotel front office or even restaurants and convenience stores. Now, the next point comes about lifestyle. You might be thinking, okay, where can I live? What about accommodation? Our school will help you out with that too. We have real estate agents that have partnered with us. They can help you in finding your own rental place even before coming to Japan. And that too, they can do all without you paying them in Japanese yen. We also have services in share houses. You can book a share house and pay after coming to Japan too. Some might ask you to pay in advance, but you can discuss with them individually. And this service from our side for the introduction is completely free of cost. We won't charge you anything to introduce you these kind of services. So if you're concerned about accommodation, don't need to take any tension. In our school, we also support our students in finding jobs in Japan, specifically for students who are from the technical background. For example, there is IT, there is engineers, there is mechanical engineers, there is students who know about networking. So if you have any of such backgrounds, you have high chance of getting a good job in Japan. Now, for students who are from a non-technical background, you might be wondering, what about you? What can you do? We have support program for that too. For example, if you have good Japanese speaking skills, you can look for jobs in marketing, sales, communication, HR, customer support, and even localization. Our school helps you in finding such jobs, and that too all free of cost. Now, in the lifestyle part, we also want to tell you about a lot of events that we have here in Japan. For example, we have calligraphy events. We have many festivities like the summer festival, winter festival. For example, some of you might have heard about Tanabata. Sensei, さっきの七夕のイベントはどうでしたですか？
七夕のイベントはとても楽しいです。みんなでお願い事を書きます。
So, in the Tanabata event, the students and the teachers, they write their wishes on a piece of paper. So such events are also happening in our school. You can engage more in Japanese culture and learn more about Japan. Now, at the end, I would like to discuss about a lot of frequently asked questions. A lot of students send us their queries, and usually these questions are mostly same. So if you do also have a question, which is quite similar, you'll get your answer. Let's start from the basic question. What will happen in case of getting sick or injured? Yes, this is a very important question. You might be wondering, specifically in Corona, what will happen if you get injured? What will be the cost? Well, don't be worried. There is a compulsory health insurance by the Japanese government called National Health Insurance. You will be covered by 70% of the expenses. And when you apply for working holiday, you'll also be availing a travel insurance. So everything is covered. If you get sick or if you have any injury, don't be afraid. Next is, can we open an account? Well, if you guys watch our Instagram page, there is a video where we are helping our students in opening bank accounts. Usually, when a foreigner comes to Japan, they are overwhelmed by the Japanese and overwhelmed by the normal office work. You might not understand which account is good for you, how to open an account, the difficult kanjis. Don't be worried. Our staff will go together with you and will help you in opening a bank account. It's quite easy and very simple. Next question is about the fee payment. We won't charge you for the whole year in advance. You can pay in installments too. For fee information, feel free to contact Japanese Lingo and our Instagram page. But don't forget to mention where you got this information from Japanese Lingo. Now, some of you might be wondering, can you extend your working holiday visa? Well, you can't extend it that much. It's 1 year only, but you can change to a study visa. You can change to a student visa for a maximum of 2 years. So in total, you can study for 3 years. Now you might be in doubt if you don't know the route to school, how to enter Japan, and from there, what you should do. Well, our teachers will go to the airport to pick you up. So don't be afraid about that too. Well, this is all about the working holiday course. It's quite simple, and if your country is amongst the eligible countries, you too can apply in the working holiday visa. We do separate sessions for normal study visa. So if you have any queries regarding a normal study visa, send us and DM us on the First Study page or Japanese Lingo. So now we can start the Q&A section. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask now. We'll try to answer them as much as possible. You can type your questions. 今から質問タイムに入ろうかなと思いますので。Okay, so we got one question that after 1 year, what you can do? There is multiple options. If you are a university graduate, you can go for a job in Japan. You can go for higher education, maybe in IT, maybe in non-technical, or you can even go for university, or you can continue your studies in a study visa. There are multiple options available. For more such queries, feel free to send us a DM. Okay, next question is, can JLCT be accepted? Yes, it is accepted. We don't ask any certification for working holiday. For students who are concerned that they will be bound to the school, no, you won't. Of course, we expect you to study a bit with us, but you won't be bound. For example, if after a few months you want to quit, you can. We won't bind you. If a country is not part of the eligible countries, you can wait for a few years, maybe it will enter. Or you can look for options such as a normal study visa. Feel free to send us a DM for those queries. Okay, so next question is, how can you pay? It's quite simple. So once you do an interview with us, we'll send you the bank information of the school, and you can go to your bank and send it directly via transfer. You can also use other applications like file transfer or wireless. There are many applications out there. If you want to consult with us, again, don't forget to send us a DM. Okay, you can apply anytime. There is no limitation. You can even apply tomorrow too. Okay. Well, for now, this is the eligible countries, which you have said. I'll repeat the name of eligible countries for you. Sure, no problem with that. Starting from Australia, Ireland, Slovakia, New Zealand, Denmark, Austria, Canada, Taiwan, Hungary, Republic of Korea, Hong Kong, Spain, France, Norway, Argentina, Germany, Portugal, Chile, the United Kingdom, Poland, Iceland, Czech, Lithuania, Netherlands, Sweden, Estonia, Italy, Finland, and Israel. That's all for the countries. Oh, if you want to listen to her more, right? She also has content to speak. We'll ask her to say something after the question time. Next question is, how are the classes structured time-wise instances? Okay, so the classes are divided as per the Japanese proficiency. We have classes from E to S, E representing N5, S representing N1. We also have subdivisions in the classes like A1, A2, B1, B2, like beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Every 3 months, you'll have a class promotion test, and depending on the test results, you can be promoted to a senior class. It's like a normal school. You'll be starting from the lowest level and gradually climb up the ladder to the senior level. For those who are concerned that their country is not here, unfortunately, right now we can't say anything, but you have to wait when your country might get added in the list of working holiday. You don't need a JLPT N5. You can apply from beginner level too. Feel free to ask any questions in the question section. Okay, do you want me to repeat once again? This time we are introducing about working holiday visa. It is a 1-year course where students from 18 to 30 years of age can apply. There are selected countries only which are eligible for application. You can search online, and we can also repeat the name of the countries after 5 minutes. We'll repeat it once again. Can join with NAT instead of JLPT. Yeah, you don't need any Japanese certification actually. If you are applying for a working holiday, you don't need any JLPT certification. Working holiday is for 1 year. For working holiday visa, the age limit is from 18 to 30 years of age. Some countries are also eligible till 35. For that, you have to confirm with Japanese embassy.
3ヶ月コースでもいいよって言ってみて。
You can also apply for just 3 months too. No need to stay focused for 1 whole year. If you have a change of mind, you can do that.
TATP って何？
技能実習生のことですね。の後は、申し込みすることはできないですかね。
はできない。
If you have done TITP, unfortunately, you won't be able to apply. If you have a 3-year course degree, will we get work with solutions? Well, if you have a degree, you can directly apply for a job too. There is no limitation to first study with us. However, if you don't know Japanese, it'll be very difficult in finding jobs which might accept you without any skills. So that's why we recommend students to study Japanese for a bit and then apply for work visas in Japan. Second point is, a lot of companies might not give you a chance for the interview if you're not here in Japan. So our students who come and study with us on working holiday, when they're studying here in Japan, they're able to go for live interviews. If you want to go back home temporarily due to any family emergencies, you can do that. There is no limitation for that. It's a multi-entry visa. You can come and go anytime you want.
めっちゃ質問来てる。前よりも多い。倍ぐらい参加者。
Well, if you ask for guarantee, there is no guarantee. I have personally seen students with JLPT N1 who choked up and were not able to say anything in the exams. I've seen people with N5 who had so fluent Japanese skills, but just because of kanji, they were not able to clear the examination. It all comes down on your skills. However, the JLPT certification does help you in getting into the interview. After that, it's all your skills. Usually, we don't recommend studying many classes because if you miss a lot of classes, your curriculum will be quite ahead of the class and you will miss, for example, let's say that you started at N5 and you went back home temporarily for 1 month. The class which you're actually in might be now at N4 now. However, for such special cases, we consult them and we'll allow you to start from another class from the beginning. So feel free and don't feel afraid and you can discuss anything with us. Well, if you want to study from N5 to N1, it usually takes around 2 years. For 1 year is just for experiencing that part of Japan, how to enter, study, and look for a job in Japan. That's for working holiday. You can apply anytime. As I said, that the process is very fast. At a maximum, it can take 3 months. At a minimum, even 1 month. The process is that you first apply for an interview in our school, and once you clear the interview, then you can apply for the visa in your country. Okay, so let's get some explanation for our sensei. Sensei, どうぞ。
はい。ファーストスタディ日本語学校は大阪にあります。現在600名の学生が勉強しています。
So our school first study is situated in Osaka. Right now, we have around 600 students studying with us.
アジアをメインに欧米やラテンアメリカなどいろいろな国の学生が日本語を勉強しています。
So majorly we have students from Asian countries, but we also have students from American and many Western countries.
今回はワーキングホリデーの案内です。
This time we are going to explain about working holiday.
ワーキングホリデーは仕事をしながら日本語を勉強することができます。
In working holiday, you can work and learn. While doing a part-time job, you can study Japanese too.
学校が仕事の紹介、住まいや生活をサポートするので、安心して日本に滞在することができます。
Our school will support you in all the sections, so feel free assured and trust us.
手間がかかるビザの申請はありません。
So the visa process is also not long.
あなたのタイミングで日本へ行くことができます。
You can come to Japan at your own comfort, at your own timing.
興味がある人は個別でも説明会をしていますので、気軽に DM ください。
For those who are interested, we do individual explanations too, so feel free to send us a DM. で、まず質問してくださいね。Okay, so next question is, What requirements to get a work visa? It's necessary to have a 4-year degree to get. Yes, if you want to get a work visa in Japan, you need to get a degree. However, the number of years is not fixed. There are countries which have a 3-year degree program. There are countries which have a 4-year degree program. All you need is a valid degree. Although a 4-year is more acceptable here in Japan because the education is quite same, but we have students who are able to get working visa with 3-year degrees too. You can feel free to ask any questions here in the chat.
後ろに流れていってる。
そうですね。ただ、もうちょっと後に出るので、上に出るんですね。だから、もうメインの質問がそこに出るとか。Unfortunately, India is not yet eligible for working holiday. Although you can apply for a study visa, for any queries, you can send us a DM. You can also send a message to Japanese Lingo. Of those who are interested for working holiday, feel free to contact Japanese Lingo. They'll send all the information about our school. Oh, we can share all the payment details too. Send us a DM and we'll email you everything. The period is of 1 year. You can get a maximum visa for 1 year, out of which you can decide to study for a minimum of 3 months too. After that, you can travel all over Japan. Regarding the payment, well, in Japan, from night 10 to morning 5, the wage rate is increased by 25%. The average salary here of person who are working in Japan is around 200,000 Japanese yen. That's the minimum salary. So around $2,000. By the way, that was monthly salary. Since 年収はだいたい2000ドルかな。20万円にして2000ドルになりますかね、毎月ですから。フレッシャーですね。For a fresh candidate, the starting salary starts from $2,000 per month. Well, if you have N3, we can also help you finding a job. However, depending on where you want to go, it might be different. If you want to be a professional interpreter or a translator with N3, it's impossible. So if you want to be an engineer, it's still possible. Oh, konbanwa. Thank you. Thank you for the comment. Yeah, you can manage your living expenses too. So for example, you might be able to earn anywhere around 140,000 to 180,000 every month if you do part-time job. And with that amount, you can manage your own expenses, you can manage your fees, you can manage your rent too. The fees is 57,000 Japanese yen per month. The rent, depending on where you want to live, can go anywhere between 30 to 70,000 Japanese yen. Oh, we have classes 5 days, Monday to Friday, and 4 hours each. In IT, the jobs, they vary. For example, if you have an experience, you can also earn around $3,000 to $4,000 too, every month. Thank you so much. Well, if you don't know Japanese, you can still apply. If you're a complete fresher, you can still apply too. You should be from 18 to 30. Okay, so regarding the languages that we speak, so we have staff from different countries. Let me name some languages that we are proficient in. We have English, we have Vietnamese, Chinese, Hindi, we have Bhutanese, Nepalese, Spanish, Portuguese, and besides that, 先生、言語対応の話ですけど、なんか、何言語ですかね ?7、8、9ぐらいですね。大体ですね。中国、ベトナム、インドネシア。We have Indonesian too. Yeah, that was out forgetting. ポルトガル語。Portuguese too. We have a lot of stuff. So if you don't know English, no problem. You can just contact us and we'll try to help you out. If you want to save money in Japan, right? Okay, if you want to save money in Japan, plan accordingly. Plan ahead your expenses and try to avoid splurging your money on brand and lavish lifestyle. Yeah, you can freelance too. You can do any kind of work. It just shouldn't be an illegal job. That's it. If it's legal, you can do any kind of job. What is illegal? Okay, so illegal is quite like drugs and stuff. So I'll say that avoid that. Mm-hmm. Well, if you want to get a job, you can get a job without Japanese too. You just need to know English for an English teacher. You need to know IT proficiency for an IT engineer. It depends where you want to apply. For an MNC's companies, a lot of times they have English requirement. For example, major company like Rakuten won't ask Japanese with you. They'll only say if you know English, it's fine. However, generally, if you want to apply in a Japanese company, they'll ask you to know, they want you to know Japanese language. Well, if you went to a college, you can still apply for a working visa. Although it depends what kind of college. If it's a one-year diploma only, it might be difficult. You can also go for further education in Japan. If you come here, let's say without any college degree or diploma, if you're just a high school pass out, you come to Japan, study Japanese, and maybe apply for a vocational here in Japan. With that, you can apply for a working visa too. Applying for a doctor is a bit difficult. So if you want to pursue the medical field, you have to go to a medical college here in Japan. That is above N1. N1 is the starting line to enter that. For that question, feel free to DM us. We'll answer more in detail. Working visa for factories is not very specified. It's quite difficult. Usually, you get a working visa for the field which is called Gijin Koku, International Division, Engineers, and Human Resource. English teaching also enters in that, yes. Well, if you want to work at a convenience store, you just need to know day-to-day communication, at least entry level. That is the minimum line. Oh, konbanwa.
Konbanwa.
Well, it depends. If you already have a bachelor's in your country, you can directly apply for a working visa. Or if you still want to study, you can go for higher education too. Mada, okay. So let's explain a bit more about working holiday. While we're waiting for comments, we'll add a bit extra information about working holiday. Let's go.
はい。ワーキングホリデーでの日本語学習の案内です。
So now she's going to explain about working holiday and Japanese studies.
条件は18歳から30歳の方、あとワーキングホリデービザを取得できる国が政府の協定によって決まっています。
Number one condition is you should be between 18 to 30 years of age. Number two, your country should be in the eligible country list by the Japanese government.
インスタグラムのポストを見て確認してください。
You can see an Instagram post about the eligible countries too.
最低3ヶ月のコースから受け付けています。最長は1年です。
For a minimum, you can study with us for 3 months. For a maximum, it's 1 year.
ワーキングホリデービザが切れた後の進学、就職のサポートも行っているので、長期的に日本に滞在したい人は学校に相談してください。
We also provide support for visa extensions. For example, if you want to study further, you can apply for a study visa. If you want to go for a job, you can apply for a working visa. We also have these kind of supports and everything is free of cost. So if you need any help, feel free to discuss with us. So,
日本は今夜の10時36分です。
Okay, so right now it is 10:37 p.m. here in Japan.
季節は冬です。
It's winter.
とても寒いです。
It's very cold.
大阪は平均7度くらいの気温です。
Osaka has a general temperature of average 7 degrees.
先週は雪が降りました。
Last week, we had snowfall.
ファーストスタディ日本語学校は大阪の中心にあります。
Our school, First Study Japanese Language School, is in the center of Osaka.
観光は USJ や大阪城、 道頓堀での食事、買い物がおすすめです。
So famous tourist spots are Osaka Castle, the
USJ?
USJ, Universal Studio Japan, and shopping at Dotonbori. We recommend the shopping part.
学校から大阪の中心地へ行くには、電車で5分、自転車で15分程度でとても近いです。
From our school, if you want to go to the center of the city, it only takes 5 minutes from a train ride. It's very close. 質問来ました。
はい。
Okay, if you have a degree, okay, yeah, if you have a degree, you can pursue a working visa very easily. Although, if you don't have a degree, it depends what education do you have. For high school education, you need to go for either a university in Japan or a vocational course, which we call Senmongaku. Well, if you have PhD in accounting, it depends on the company. Some companies prefer applicants to know international process for the taxation or accounting, depending on the company. However, the percentage is quite less. However, if you can speak Japanese and English well, you might enter into MNCs, which might hire you depending on your qualification. Minimum salary, right? So minimum salary is around 2,000 yen per month. And the average for an IT engineer goes around 3,000 to 4,000 yen. For areas like Tokyo, you can also see people who earn more than $7,000 also. Some high paying jobs, right? So yes, in technical fields, you'll see the highest paying jobs. And in Japan, medical field also pays well. However, for foreigners, it's usually the engineers. No, our classes go on yearly. The 3 months is the minimum course for working holiday. If you're applying here on working holiday, you can study for a minimum of 3 months. And if you decide to continue, you can continue for a maximum of 1 year. Scholarship depends on the universities. You can contact the universities here in Japan and discuss about scholarship programs too. Oh, you want to pursue acting? Well, you have to contact an acting agency then. But a lot of acting agencies want you to read the scripts in Japanese. So you need to have N2 and above at least. It depends on the degrees. So you have to discuss with a lawyer here in Japan if your degree is valid or not. She's cute, right? That's what is in the comment here. You can say sensei because she's working here in the school. So you can say sensei kawaii ne. If you say onna, it's like a female. You, lady, cute kind of stuff. コメントだいぶ、収めてるので、どうしますか？
じゃあまた、この
次
次を、
Okay. So let's continue about more information.
はい。
はい。
はい、どうぞ。
ファーストスタディ日本語学校は現在600名の学生が勉強しています。
Right now, in first study, we have 600 students who are studying with us.
インスタグラムでは留学やワーキングホリデーのための知識や情報をポストしています。
So, we post on Instagram about information regarding studying in Japan and living in Japan.
アルバイトランキングや日本人の考え方をまとめたポストなど盛りだくさんなので、ぜひチェックしてください。
We have a lot of information about news in Japan and part-time job information. So if you're interested, feel free to check our Instagram. パンデミックの質問かな？One second. There is a question about the pandemic scenario in Japan. Positive points for online. Okay, so after Corona, a lot of companies have now started taking applicants in. So during the period from 2020 to 2022, a lot of companies went bankrupt. A lot of hotels, they stopped taking in people. But now, since the borders are open from 2022, we are having more opportunities, more working opportunities. However, this is only for the non-technical field. If you're from a technical field, you have hardly seen any change in Japan. It's all the same. People are still working from either their companies or working from home, and it's quite the same. Oh, we only had one question. If you have any question regarding working holiday course, feel free to ask us a question here. Okay, if you're from India and you want to study in our school, what kind of visa do you want to apply? Okay, you can apply for a study visa. For any information regarding a normal study visa, send us a DM either on our page or you can send us a DM on Japanese Lingo. You can contact us directly on our Instagram too. And we have more information. Oh, konbanwa, hello.
こんばんは。
So today we are explaining about working holiday. How many months does it take for COE to arrive? If you want to apply for a working holiday, you don't need a COE. You can initially contact the school. We'll prepare the document here, which is usually called ERFS. And once we issue it to you, you can apply for the visa. I think recently even that is not necessary. Miss Olivia, konbanwa.
こんばんは。
Well, if your country is not in the eligible list, you can wait for a few years, it might enter there. Oh, Mr. Ritz Padil. Hello, konbanwa. Okay, let's continue about more information since the questions are still piling up.
じゃあ次は私の自己紹介をします。
Next, she's going to self-introduce about herself.
私の名前は脇夏樹です。
Her name is Waki Natsuki.
夏樹先生と呼んでください。
Please call her Natsuki Sensei.
私の出身は愛媛県です。
Her place of birth is Ehime Prefecture.
大阪から車で6時間、7時間ぐらいかかります。
From Osaka, it takes around 6 to 9 hours by car.
私は N2 のクラスで勉強しています。
She teaches Japanese level N2.
月曜日から金曜日まで一緒に勉強しています。
She teaches the students from Monday to Friday.
私は午前、朝の先生です。
She teaches in the morning class.
私の趣味は3つあります。
She has 3 hobbies.
1つ目はサッカーをすることです。
She likes playing football or soccer.
小学校から高校生までサッカーをしました。
She played soccer from elementary school till high school.
2つ目はカラオケです。
Second is karaoke singing.
皆さん、歌は好きですか？
Do you like singing too?
それ歌言われるんで。歌ってください言われるんで。
3つ目はフラダンスです。
それ私英語わからない。フラダンス。
フ
ラでわかるんだね、英語。英語フラで。
フラだと思う。
フラダンス。
フラ
Okay, so it's a specific dance form which I don't know. Unfortunately, I can't interpret right now.
ハワイのダンス
Hawaiian dance. Okay, it's Hawaiian dance.
です。
I'm sorry for the lack of interpretation.
フラ、英語でフラ。
Fura dance, isn't it? Fura dance. Okay, we have another question here. Okay, so how can a foreigner start a company after getting into N1 and doing job for 1 to 8 in Japan? Well, if you want to start your company, there is certain requirements. You have to first contact a lawyer here in Japan. They will provide you information like the minimum amount that you need, the capital, and for example, the cost of establishing your own company. Usually it is more than 10 million. You have to show the funds. But we as a school, we specialize in education field. So unfortunately, we won't be able to provide you complete information for business in Japan. You can stay for any number of period after your student visa. It depends if you have an application for another visa or not. If you're applying for a working holiday, you can apply again for student visa. You can apply for a working visa. You can apply for education. There is no limit there. But you need to apply. You can't stay without any visa. Konbanwa.
こんばんは。
If you want to know our yearly fees, feel free to send us a DM on our Instagram page or to Japanese Lingo. We'll mail you all the information. Usually the monthly fees is 57,000 Japanese yen. Okay, the chat is going a bit fast. We're not able to read the comments a bit. Okay. Thank you for joining today. Today we are explaining about working holiday visa in our course. If you too are part of the eligible countries, you can apply in our school. Feel free to send us a DM for any questions. Okay, so let's wait for more comments from the students. Till then, let's continue for a Waki Senses explanation.
今日はワーキングホリデーの案内です。
Today we are explaining about working holiday.
しかし、留学ビザでの渡航を考えている人は個別でメッセージをください。
However, for students who are interested in a normal study visa, feel free to contact us individually on Instagram.
ワーキングホリデービザと留学ビザはまた違うものになります。
Working holiday visa and study visa are two different things.
ワーキングホリデービザは対象となる国が決まっています。
Only a selected countries are eligible for the working holiday visa.
26カ国あるので、詳細はポストを見てください。
There are 26 countries, so please follow our Instagram page for information about those countries.
ちなみに、ファーストスタディは Google レビュー検索No.1です。
By the way, our school is #1 ranking on Google Maps. Okay, the next question is Sensei no namae wa?
私の名前は脇夏樹です。
Name is Waki Natsuki.
夏樹先生と呼んでください。
Please call her Natsuki Sensei.
皆さんこんばんは。
Konbanwa. 先生、ワーキングホリデーの質問だいぶもう収めてるので、もうどうします？そろそろ今日のセッションの今質問出てないんですが。
もう今質問出てない。
はい。
じゃあ、そろそろ終わろうか。
Okay, so since we don't have any questions coming up right now, if your question is unanswered or you want to ask still, feel free to send us a DM on our Instagram page or to Japanese Lingo. If you send us a DM directly, please don't forget to mention Japanese Lingo. Okay, for now, we'll be ending the live session. Thank you so much for everyone for participating today. Thank you, Japanese Lingo, for giving us the opportunity. Thank you so much. Feel free to know more information about Japan by following our page. Till then, bye-bye. Sayonara.